Right. Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakfield Farm. Now in this episode we actually have at least two different jobs to do. The first one is very simple and it's not going to take very long to do at all, and that is just to use the straw blower which I purchased in the previous episode and, well, essentially blow straw into the cow's enclosure. So wherever the trigger is for it, I think it's actually inside the shed, so it's going to be fairly simple. Anyway, I did bring it back, so let's just get it all set up and we'll get the first bale put into there. It does actually have a capacity of 2 bales, but I think we'll probably just use one at a time. It says 2 bales here. Now, whether or not you're supposed to put a square bale in it is a different story, but I just think it works. I have put them in here before and it did work very well, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, we do have the telehandler, which is currently in the shed just around the corner here. I could have cut through. I always forget about the cut through because it didn't used to be there in 17. But yes, I do need to make the most of it. I could have taken that corner off just there. Right, so yeah, there's plenty of space over here except for where the header trailer is. As for the squeak, which you probably will keep hearing, it is the dreaded steering wheel. This is the second one now, 2 out of 2, which have squeaked, so I am definitely going to be replacing in the future the Logitech G29 with a different brand, because I am not just going to keep returning them for a refund or replacement. It's just going to get tiring, so I'm going to probably go for something like a Thrustmaster or something. But yes, that's a different story altogether, because I need to obviously look into them a bit more. I did look at them originally when I got my first G29 and returned it. I looked into Thrustmaster, and obviously they're very expensive, but if you get what you pay for, then I'm all for that, because hang on, I thought it was in that shed. It must be over here then. Yeah, I always think it's best to pay more for a decent product instead of just, you know, paying less for a not so decent product. Although, having said that, the G29 is still £200 and the G27 was also £200, and the G27 was absolutely brilliant. It lasted me for 9 years, I think it was, possibly even 10. I think it was 9. Pretty sure it was 9. So yes, I do like the G27. It's a shame that it broke. It wasn't anything even that major that broke. It was just the brackets on the front. I'm doing laps here. Yeah, I think they just got a bit old and brittle. They snapped at exactly the same time, actually. But of course, that was enough to stop it from working. I did look into replacing them or fixing them. But it turns out opening those things up, these steering wheels, is a bit more tricky than it would first appear. I thought it would be as simple as just opening it up and taking the old pieces out, maybe gluing them together or something, but it didn't appear to be. They seemed quite tricky. So I thought, let's just go for a new one, because obviously it's getting old anyway. But no, that didn't end up being a good decision. I still have the G27. I could still go back to trying to fix it. I didn't get rid of it for that exact reason, in case I felt like it would be wise to give it another go. Okay, so yeah, like I say, these things are for round bales, but I have managed to get them to work before, so we're going to use it. Anyway, open the door, there we go, and we'll pop the bale in. Kuhn actually do have a square bale shredder, which I probably should have bought. It would have been a better idea. Anyway, yes, let's just go over into that shed and get this shredded. Now, I'm not totally sure where the trigger is, but I would imagine it's going to be either in the centre part or on this side. If it's not, it must be on the other side. It didn't appear there, so maybe I was just facing the wrong way. Could have been. Could have been something as simple as that. Yeah, the squeaking is driving me crazy, so if you can hear it, it's probably driving you crazy too. I'm going to get it sorted. Okay, so that didn't work. I've already been in the centre though. I didn't think it was in the centre. There we go. Good. I can imagine they're going to take quite a bit of straw, since we do have quite a few cows. Anyway, the manure should start to appear, because as soon as they have the straw, they do produce the solid manure. But yeah, 4,000, it looks like that's going to be probably 3 3 bales I'd imagine. So that's going to have to be done. And yeah, the second job of today, providing it's ready, is to do silage in the new field. Now I did actually say originally that we were going to use the combine harvester, but I thought actually that's a bad idea. Since I need silage anyway for the cows, we might as well just use that as the silage. We'll do maize silage instead of grass silage. Right then. So, like I said, that was not the professional way of doing it. That was not what you should be doing with square bales. There is a square bale shredder, but I've just always found it to work. If it fits, it works. I don't think many would agree with that statement. Right then, yes, I should be taking them from here because these are the ones that fell over. Need to start tidying the place up a bit. If the squeaking does become ridiculous, I will have to use the keyboard just for a couple of days until I can get something else sorted out. It's funny, whenever I turn right it doesn't squeak, usually. If I turn left it does squeak, always. Which I think is actually opposite to what it says on forums. I think most forums say that it's the other way around. Well, yeah, turning right there is squeaking. Turns out I probably don't even need to put it down. It does just fall into there, so that is good. Some maps you can just literally place the bale, I think, unless that was just for the food, into the trigger. Maybe this is one of those maps, and I'm not too sure, but I think we really should be treading it. I feel like we should be treading it, so I'm going to. If you can't hear that squeaking, then that is good, because that is loud for me. Very, very loud. I don't get it, because Logitech seemed good, so why they keep making them with a squeak, I have no idea. And then yes, we'll finish off with one more bale. That can conclude it. And then yeah, we're moving on. Although, if the field isn't ready, I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. Hopefully it is though. Field number 38 just over here. Growth is... it's close, it's very close, so maybe a bit later on it will be ready. I forget if there was any more work we had to do with the sheep. I think they were finished. Pretty sure they were. Anyway, yes. The final bale. That needs to be moved. Definitely needs to be moved. Oh no. Oh yes, that will do. That's good. Yeah, so as soon as we do have the spare money, I will replace that with a square bale shredder, because otherwise it is going to look a bit ridiculous. But for the time being, it is going to work, so that's all that matters. And if we actually get a round baler in the future, it will be the right one for it anyway. For some reason it's really difficult to reverse. I think it's because it's quite short. It's quite a stumpy thing to be towing. Anyway, mustn't complain. I've been complaining for most of the episode so far. So we're just going to get straight into this when this is done. Get everything set up. I think we're going to have to lease the forager. Well, yeah, we are, because I definitely can't afford it. And we should be able to see this now filling up almost to the top. There we go. Very good indeed. And as you can see, it says that total mixed ration is 100% effective, which is what we have. We don't have much of it, but we do have it. And then the silage or hay is 75%, and grass is just 25%. So we're going to stick with the total mixed ration as much as possible, which is the reason why I need to get the silage put into the pit as quickly as possible, get it all clamped down, and then that'll be ready fairly soon for our mixtures. We do have a silage pit just there as well. Now, I did get quite a response to me getting lost in the previous episode, which isn't really surprising. I mean, I get lost in pretty much every episode, but apparently I was actually kind of on the right track, so I'm just going to go and rediscover the place I got lost and see if I can figure it out. I'm not going to do it in the video because otherwise it would be painful me saying, actually maybe this wasn't the right way to go, because that's what I'm like all the time. I would try and find the way to go first and then show you it. Okay, I have found it. At the end of this track is our field. It leads straight to our field. Then you can go through here, through this field, which we don't actually own, so I don't even know if we should be doing this, but it does cut straight through field number 14, and this leads to the road. So there is a direct cut through, which we're going to have to use, because otherwise we have to go all the way around the map. It's just going to take absolutely forever. It would be ridiculous. So yeah, we'll cut through here, and then it pretty much does come out at the bottom near where we enter the yard, which is just here on the right hand side. So that is good. Very good. We'll have to probably think about owning this field in the future. Oh, look at that, it's actually got a stream, got a river next to it, which always looks pretty. Right, so is my field ready? No, come on field. I'm pretty sure that is the darkest green you can get here. It is, yeah. So that is going to be ready in probably just a couple of hours in game time, which gives me time to now lease the machinery, get it all over there ready, and then we can go. Before we do lease, I should probably take the lorry over there, which is what I'm going to be using for carting. I'm pretty sure it'll be capable of driving off-road, hopefully. So if I just move the telehandler out of the way to begin with, we do have the trailer for it parked around the corner here. It's probably currently attached to the tanker. Yeah, I personally prefer to do it with tractors and trailers, but because that is our high capacity trailer, we do really have to use the lorry today. Except for grain, of course, so I prefer using the lorry for grain. Yeah, that should be fine just there. It is a nice lorry. And I keep saying I'm pretty sure it's off ETS2. Nobody's actually said that it isn't in the comment section, so I think we'll take that as yes it is. I think it is. Right, okay. There we go. I think it would be easier just to do a lap instead of reversing back. Take the cover off. The capacity will be something like 50 or 60,000 litres. Not too sure exactly, but it's just big. All we need to know is it's big. There's my sprayer, which actually was a very nice sprayer to use. So pleased that we've got it. I'd be interested to hear as well. I probably won't put a vote in, but who here prefers an older version of Farming Simulator over FS19? So do you prefer 17 over 19 or 15 over 19? I'll be very interested to hear. And if you do prefer an older version, please, if you have the time to, please do comment down below the reasons why. I'm just interested because I think that possibly, I don't know for sure, but I think really, from what I've seen so far, it's easier, although maybe that wasn't the right word to choose, for modders to produce a more realistic looking map in 17 than it is in 19. If you get what I mean. If you look at the base map, for example, in 17, and then look at the modders maps, the modders maps just look absolutely outstanding. Whereas in 19 they still look absolutely incredible, but it's kind of the same feeling, not the location, but the feeling of the, the sky and the overall environment as the base maps. Like the sky, I think it is because of the dynamic sky and stuff, you can retexture it in 17. I don't know, it's just something that I thought of. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think I do prefer 19 though, definitely do prefer 19. It's just that, yeah, I think I'll be quiet, but yeah, you get what I'm saying hopefully. Right, before I do go and lease the machine, I'm just going to go and see if there is any muck, because I don't think it would take much muck to actually fill the bucket on this thing. I want to keep on top of it, otherwise we are going to have quite a job on our hands. There is muck. Yay! There's muck. No! How dare you? That's the problem with getting so excited about manure. That probably will actually fill the bucket on this thing, unless it's got the specification of quite a big bucket, which it might do. Yeah, that's not really filled it. But it's still 302 litres. I want to just keep on top of it, basically. The driver. And I can now start piling it up in the manure storage point, which will probably be easier with this machine anyway. Although it'll most likely get stuck on a mound of manure if I'm not careful. I might have to take the deck off actually, it's not the best thing to have on there. Anyway, yes, so that's going to be here for the future, because I think now that we've got straw, it's going to pile up very quickly. We have a lot of cows, and if you think about it, we only gave them straw not so long ago, and we've already got that, so yeah, it's going to be a full-time job. Right, so now maybe we can now lease. Ah, yes, we can lease the machine. It's ready. Good. I didn't want to skip time anymore, Just wait for it to go by naturally. So, this is where the expense is going to be. And I think we will go for the New Holland, because it looks quite good. Sort of mid-range, I think. Let's just take a look at the spec. Oh, it's 775 horsepower. 650 and 1,156. Yeah, definitely mid-range. So we don't want to be going too big. Definitely standard. Lease that, and we're going to have to get it done within the hour, otherwise it's going to be very expensive indeed. And we'll go for the header for it, which is going to be here. This one here, I believe. Which in itself is a big header. So, yeah, that's it. That has been quite an expense, but we're going to make a lot of money back from it, and also, obviously, we're going to have the food total mix ration, or the ingredient for the total mix ration. So now we're paying, the time is ticking by, so we're going to have to floor it. It's the only thing for it. Yeah, I do like to use the Crone, but it is very expensive. I know there is a slightly smaller one on Mod Hub which I do like. I probably should have got it actually, but I don't think I've used the New Holland much yet on FS19, so it's just nice to not always use the same machines. And yeah, the Crone was just too expensive, that big one. I would imagine the slightly smaller one is around the same price as this one. I still really love all these road signs. It's all very realistic. It just feels like the UK. I've entered the field going this way, but I just realised I probably could have just dropped in from above, very close to where the shop was, so that's a few minutes wasted. But I think we're going to get it done in time. It's not a huge field, and obviously the header on this is pretty big when it's unfolded, so it's not going to be much of a rush. I don't want it to be a rush though, because I don't like to have to be restricted by the time. We are going to have to keep carting to the yard, but because we are going to be using such a big trailer, it will still be fairly frequent, I'd imagine, but not like continual, because if we had a really small trailer it would be full in seconds. Right, so yes, here we are, just around this corner. I'm going to get the whole thing done today. There is my lorry, and just about enough space. I might have scratched it. There we go. So I'm going to have to set follow me to go directly behind. Hopefully it can reach. And then when we've done a headland, I can set it off to the side. It should, in theory, work quite well. I wonder if 10 would crash into it. I think it would do. It's going to be 15. Okay, so pipe and power. Pipe and power. No, I've put the pipe away. Must have been too much power. Is that going to reach? Please reach. Just about. I'm going to have to set that to 10. It's currently set to 15. Yep. That is good. Right. Actually, there is space to offset, but I think it might narrow. Although, yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly behind me, so if I can just put it a bit off to the side, then I can at least put it to 5 as well. And we'll go a little bit further over. And that should be good. We'll see how we go. Yeah. It does seem to be working very well. So that is the field. It's quite hard to see because of the trees, but yeah, when we get a bit further out, you'll be able to see it fully. We sprayed this in the previous episode with the John Deere, so it has been fertilised. No weeds, so it's a good crop. You can see it's filling up fairly quickly. It looks like we actually do have a fairly large grass headland all the way around here, so it would be unwise to keep it set to what it is currently. We'll put it alongside and it should be fine. There we go. Very good. Okay, so that's it. Until it's full, that is all I have to do. There is the field. It's big, but it's not gigantic. And I think probably once I've done the first load, I'll put a bit of a time lapse into the video, and then that will be the field completed. I have absolutely no idea how long it's going to take, but I would imagine half an hour, I would say. No! Get out of my crop. I'm trying to cut this. I just need the glance mod. I know there is... It's not actually the glance mod, I don't think, but it's very similar. I should have got it. I didn't realise... yeah, it would be useful today, but actually it really would be. Yeah, I like the grass headland. That's very handy. It's like it was made, this field, for silage. Or maize. Are we going to even make it once around before it is full? It's debatable. That's going to have to go in front, I think. Because it seems to be struggling so much. I think it's probably a traction issue. Unless it is detecting the header. It could be. It just takes a bit of fine tuning. It's working very well. Yeah, so I think we are going to struggle to actually fit just the first headland into the trailer. So I'm so pleased that we don't have a smaller trailer. Like I said, we're going to make an absolute fortune here. There is going to be so much chaff, which will be then fermented into fermented silage. That must be so close to full now. 90%, if I was to have a guess. Can we make it to the corner? I don't think we can do. Nope, that is full. 63,000 litres, and we haven't even gone around the field once. Unbelievable. Well, we better turn it off. And we will head over to the yard. How are we for traction? I think it is managing it, but it is struggling slightly. So not ideal. It's also not the ideal trailer. Like I said, we should have a forage trailer. But you can only use what you've got. It would have meant leasing or buying something else, which I didn't really want to do. Then again, the brakes are horrific, aren't they? Yeah, it looks like I'm absolutely flooring it, but I'm not. I'm braking. Yeah. I'm just going to have to drive really steady. You're not going to believe this, but I have actually just ended up in a clump of trees. I have gone wrong. I have taken the wrong route on a route with only one route. How is that possible? Oh, I see. I should have turned left, or turned right actually it would have been. Well, there we go. I was so busy trying to brake, I forgot where I was going. Hilarious. Anyway, yes, we are virtually at the farm. Come on, brake, would you? I've been braking for the last 10 minutes. There we go. Right, okay. Yes, let's gradually go up here. Yeah, I really wish I was using a tractor. The lorry is a fantastic mod, but I think it should live on the road, not on these farm tracks. If it becomes a bit much, I will have to just... I suppose I could just get a dolly, actually, but I know that my viewers don't like dollies, or some of my viewers don't anyway. Whenever I buy a dolly for a trailer, they say, "No! Why did you buy a dolly?" But I think it might be a bit more controllable, this trailer, with a big tractor in front, like the Fendt or something. Anyway, yes, we are starting the silage pit just here. So I want to get right to the back if I can do without crashing into it. Okay, and yeah, that'll do. Somewhere just here. I'm not too sure how quickly it's going to unload. Fairly quickly by the look of it. But I don't want it to come too far out, because if you have it too far out, when you start to compact it, it comes a very long way out. So yeah, it wants to stay mostly at the back. Right. Okay, well, you've seen most of the fun so far, I think, so it is time now for a time lapse, and hopefully we can get this job done within the hour.
Just come a little closer. I'll be there for you, I'll be there for you. Cause when we are together, I know you feel the tension. Just let me in your head so I can be there for you, there for you. The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me till we fall asleep? The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me till we fall asleep? The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me till we fall asleep? The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? We do it on repeat. Do it on repeat.
Okay, well clearly we haven't progressed quite as much as I was anticipating. I've either overestimated the capabilities of the machines, which I don't think is that, or I've underestimated the size of the field. Yes, I've definitely underestimated the size of the field. It is huge. So, I think, well, it's definitely not going to be done today. I'm still on the headlands. I'm just taking the third headland off now. It's already taken the half an hour I predicted, so I'm way off. It must be an hour and a half at least, this field, which would actually leave an hour, which would be perfect for a stream. So if I can get a stream sorted out for, well, shortly after this video is published, then that would work out very well. Just depends if I have the time. Hopefully I do, because I could just do this as another episode. I could continue the series with another episode of just doing the silage, but then it's going to get very repetitive, and I prefer to, with a repetitive job, do a stream, because then I can at least chat to my viewers who are in the chat, posting different questions and stuff. So I think that's probably the best thing to do. I try and do a stream if I can do. But at least today I will have removed the 3 headlands, so I'll be ready just to go straight away in the next episode or the stream. So really, we're just going to keep going until the lorry trailer is full. I think this might be the 4th load, and we're going to obviously go and tip it in the silage pit, and then finish the video over in the yard in front of the silage pit. I'm hoping we can get back to the beginning, the start where we set off, the gateway, but we're just going to have to see. It just depends. I think it's going to be close anyway. But when this is full, that will be the 4th load. 63,000 litres at a time, and that's just from the headlands. How much are we going to have? How much silage? We'll have to get a conveyor belt just to sell it, but yeah, way more than we need for our cows. We're going to be rich. What is, out of interest, the current price for silage? It must be quite good. Okay, well, there is 600. That's goodish. If we sold it when the price is something like £900, then, well, we really are rich. Right, that's looking very full. My guess is we're not going to get back to the end of here, but yes, I'm always wrong, so we'll see. What do you think? Do you think we'll get to the end? I'm saying no. It just looks too close to full. It must be about 98% full. Aha, yes, I was right for once. This is very strange, I'm never right. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'll just turn it off there. So I'll see you over at the yard. I wonder if there is actually a higher capacity forage trailer. It's 63,000, so you wouldn't have thought there would be, because that is big. Very, very big. But I'm just wondering what the largest is. I don't think it's any of those. So it's going to be starting from That one, 56,000. Yeah, so 63 is big, and it's filling up that quickly. We can't even do a full lap of the field without it being full. I'm impressed, very impressed. As you can see, the silage pit is very full already. I don't know if it's even going to fit in. I guess when it is full, it's just going to say it's full. I don't know, I've never actually filled one. In all my years of playing Farming Simulator, I've never filled a silage pit. I know it's been done many times on the multiplayer server, but personally, never. I've never had so much silage before. Now, we probably will be able to keep going without filling it, but it's going to be a really decent load. Also, we're going to have to start compacting it. I usually use Courseplay. Get it driving backwards and forwards over it, 'cause it does a really good job. It gets rid of us having to do it. So yeah, currently we're on 252,000 litres. If I was to have a wild guess, I'd say the capacity is 1,000,000 litres. But yeah, I don't know. If you know, please do post down below. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.